Friends, today we're looking at rotations. And as we rotate things, there's two ways to rotate. The two ways are clockwise and counterclockwise. Now, usually you're going to see things for some reason rotate counterclockwise. And sometimes instead of the names, you'll see clockwise as a positive rotation and counterclockwise as a negative rotation. We're pretty much usually going to use the words for this. Okay. The two D's of rotations are the number of degrees and the direction, being clockwise or counterclockwise. After rotation has been performed, are we going to have the same exact size and shape, or is it going to change, do you think?
Same exact size.
Yeah, so it's going to be congruent. This is a rigid transformation. We've used that word before. And it's going to have the same size and shape. That's how we know it's congruent, right? Doesn't matter how, if you cut out a rectangle and you spin it any which way, it's the same exact rectangle, right? All right, so this example down here, just know, like, if you did 90 degrees, it might look like this, 180 look like this. Not a big deal. Just imagine if you spun this, you know. You guys seeing what happens if you spin it? I'm not too worried about this one, because we're going to get to the bread and butter next. So we're going to start by rotating our triangle 90 degrees counterclockwise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my ABCD, okay? Or my ABC. So A, the point is 1, 4. B, the point is 5, 2. And C, the point is 2, 0. So I got 1, 4, 5, 2, and 2, 0. Now I'm just getting organized. This isn't something you'd have to do. Now, for you to do it counterclockwise 90 degrees, how much of a turn is 90 degrees? 1/4. So what you should all do right now to get your points is take your paper and quarter turn it. So quarter turn to the left. So everybody quarter turn it to the left. And you're going to write these down in a second after I pull these points off. So when you quarter turn it to the left, are you guys seeing that A would then be -4, 1? So you're looking at your same image, the paper in your hand. Do you see that A is -4, 1? Okay. And B prime would be -2, 5. And C prime would be 0, 2. So keep it quarter turn and make sure you can line those up. Your paper in your hand is quarter turn. And you've got those 3 points. Do you see them? Everybody see them? We're going to develop a rule later where you don't have to physically turn your paper. But for right now, we quarter turn our paper. Those are the points. So we're good. Then, okay, so put your paper back down. And now you're going to plot those points on your graph. So -4, 1. That's A prime. -2, 5. That's B prime. And 0, 2 is C prime. So that's our triangle, 90-degree rotation, counterclockwise. So all you did was you took your paper, turned it left, a quarter turn. So now, from the original, we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. So I like to get real organized. I like to write my 3 original points. And I even like to get set up. Let's get set up for my next 3 points. Okay. So how are you going to turn your paper in your hand for 180 degrees? How far around? 2 quarter turns to the left, or 2 quarter turns to the right. It'll be the same. So half a turn. So you're going to put your paper upside down in your hand. Paper upside down in your hand. Don't worry about writing these points yet. Just follow that where I'm pulling these points. So for A, I got -1, -4. Excuse me. You see how that matches up on your picture? Then B, I got -5, -2. And C, I'm -2, 0. You seen how those match up before you even write them down? Okay, so then you can write those down. Look in. All right, so now let's graph these points. I got -1, -4, which is A double prime. -5, -2, which is B double prime. And -2, 0, which is C double prime. So there is our 180-degree rotation. We got one more rotation. What color are we going to do? Let's do that color. So again, I don't know why. I just like to write down my 3 points to start. It's like an organizational thing I like to do.
You just look at the other ones, though?
Yeah. I just like having everything right there. Now, 270 degrees counterclockwise, that would be the same as what? 3 quarter turns left, or 1 quarter turn right. So you're going to hold your paper with the staple in the bottom right corner. Okay? And then we're gonna pull off. Oh, I should have labeled that last one double prime, but we're going triple prime. All right, so from down here, I get an A value of 4, -1. A B value of 2, -5. And a C value of 0, -2. So you guys seeing that as you have it 3 quarter turn or quarter turn to the right? Those are the points I pull off. Then I'm going to graph them. Here's 4, -1, A triple prime. 2, -5, B triple prime. 0, -2, C triple prime. Makes kind of a cool picture when we're done here, guys. Cool, cool. What happens if I did 360-degree rotation? Be the same thing, right? All the way around. Cool, cool. There we go. We fixed the double prime issue. Cool picture a little bit. Reminds me of like sailing flags or something. I don't know. Just look at it and enjoy it. All right. I got in the zone there looking at that picture for a second. So let's fill out our table here. So 90-degree rotation. We had -4, 1, -2, 5, and 0, 2. The 180-degree, we had -1, -4, -5, -2, -2, 0. You'll get time to catch up. This, we're just recording stuff. We had 4, -1, 2, -5, 0, -2. 360, they're just the same. Cool, so after you get this down, you at your table group, I want you to do number 3 here. Remember last time we came up with those rules for X, Y? What was happening to them? I want you to use the table and try to develop the rules for those. All right, guys, I wrote down the wrong ones for 360. 360 is the original. I just looked at the wrong one when I did it. It should be the starting point, and the 360 should be the same. Let's go over the XY rules here. So XY for 90-degree rotation about the origin, we get -YX. It works with all 3.
Oh, this.
For 180, we actually found this yesterday. -X, -Y. Remember yesterday when we flipped it over the Y-axis and then the X-axis? I showed you that we could half turn our paper and it was the same. So we actually found that yesterday. All right, for the 270 or the 90 counter, we get Y, -X. And for the 360, it's the same, XY. So these two right here I think are the harder ones to memorize. 90 counterclockwise is going to be the opposite of YX. 90 clockwise is going to be the Y opposite of X. Okay? So that's the hardest ones to remember, I think. Laura? All right, so let's look at right here. 90-degree counterclockwise. So 90-degree counterclockwise is the negative yx. So a lot of times right here I like to write the rule. And so negative yx, this case would be 2, 3. And that's going to be easier than quarter turning your paper and stuff. So 90 degrees clockwise, that's also the 270 degrees counterclockwise. That's going to be the y negative x. Oops. So that's going to be 2, negative 3. So all I did was apply the rule to get those. It's going to be quicker and easier with a little practice, right?
Why did you skip?
Did not realize I skipped 5. For 180 degrees, it's going to be negative x, negative y. Remember, it's like those two reflections. So we're going to have 5, negative 4. Cool, cool. You know me, I like to get what first? No, organized. So I'm going to get my points. Negative 4, 4. S is negative 2, 3. Answer first. Negative 3, 1. Okay, and the first thing I need to do is go counterclockwise 90 degrees. I'm going to write my rule right here. XY is going to become negative YX. So instead of spinning my paper all over, I'm just going to do it to it. So R prime is negative YX. So negative 4, negative 4. S prime, negative YX is negative 3, negative 2. T prime, negative YX is negative 1, negative 3. Then I'm just going to plot it. So right here is R prime, negative 3, negative 2. S prime, negative 1, negative 3. T prime. Something's wrong. Negative 4 is wrong. There's R prime. Not up there. What you doing, Mr. Meg? All right, there's negative 4, negative 4. So we're going to connect the dots. There's a new triangle. That's our 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. But wait, there's more. We've got the double prime. And for the double prime, we're going to take our new coordinate. Over the x-axis, remember that's going to be up and down change, so x negative y. So negative 4, 4. Negative 3, 2. And negative 1, 3. So all I did was I took these and negative x y'd them. Okay, so let's plot that. I got negative 4, 4. There's my R double prime. Negative 3, 2. Here's my S double prime. And negative 1, 3. Here's my T double prime. So this one's a little messy, a little kind of tight up on this graph, right? But there it is. So, nothing to do with this. We're going to compare it to doing the same two transformations. All right? Same transformations, just in the other order. So we're going to go back to our RST organization here. Negative 4, 4. Negative 2, 3. Negative 3, 1. Okay. The first thing it wants us to do is reflect over the x this time. So xy is going to become x negative y first. So for our primes, we're just going to make all of our y's their opposites first. Right? If I'm flipping up and down, just the y is becoming its opposite. Lauren.
You slow down.
Yeah, I don't know if you notice I'm chilling right now for a second. So now that I got these new points, we're just going to plot them. Negative 4, negative 4. R prime. I have 2, negative 3. S prime. I have 3, negative 1. That's T prime. So this time we did our flip first. We're going to do our rotation second this time. So if remember for the rotation, of 90 degrees, it's going to become y, negative y x. I like to just get everything set up over here. Okay. Can you guys already see it's not going to be the same? Once we rotate? Quarter rotation, it's going to stick it to the right. Right? Okay, so negative yx. We got 4, negative 4. 3, negative 2. 1, negative 3. So R double prime, S double prime, T double prime. So we notice, with all the previous transformations we've done, did the order that we went in matter? Because we've been asked this question every time. Did the order matter in the previous ones? When we reflected, when we translated, did it matter which order we went in? No, it never did. Why does it matter now? So they're not the same, and here's why. X and Y are trading spots sometimes, right? So depending when your X and Y trade a spot, something happens when you do a reflection that's different, right? It's an opposite of a switch in XY coordinate. So that's why there's going to be a difference when we put reflections in there. Because X and Y trade can change spot. The 90 and the 270, right? That's why. There's a lot going on there.